but but just
We go with it.
Let me live.
Fernando invents at least one word a day. So
yeah,
we have turbulations. We love
just
it.
an unbelievable story of triumph. And what really landed was that any no could have created a completely opposite outcome, which was good winning over evil. And yeah, so it was just incredible story, and bringing it all together was Michael. So thank you, Michael, for sharing this morning.
Yeah, we're creating. We've talked about 10 by 10s in the past. We're calling the new first 10 by 10 the Knights of the Round Table. So we're creating a Knights of the Round Table that is going to be the model of how a 10 by 10 was envisioned, what we taught it to be. We're recreating, and that begins this very week. And yeah, I built a 10 by 10 for Unblinded, and it is extraordinary. It is mind numbing. And here we go. And that 10 is going to cause another 10 tens. And those 10 tens are going to be extraordinary. And we're not looking to have 1,000 10 by 10s. We're looking to build one, then 10, rock solid, then 100, then 1,000. And that's exactly what we're doing. So that has begun. Alignment from the likes of Rob Gill, Michael Smikin, Fred Pinto, Adam Gagino, Fernando, Hala Jaludi, Bella Verita, and more aligning. Nicole, the immense teams that are behind each and every one of those people with power, with certainty, with effectiveness. And so we've created alignment, focus, energy, power. Elle Anderson, by the way, who doesn't even know yet, but we'll know shortly, and more, to be in full alignment with these groups to create a something. We told the story this morning of certainty, of leadership, of heartbreak, of treachery, of deception, of destruction, of misalignment, of intentional, punitive, destructive forces looking to cause harm, not good. And we told that story of Mr. X and what he did to Michael Smikin. And we'll let Michael tell that story in a future date, but absolutely extraordinary and mind numbing. And the point of all this on Trajectory Tuesday is you don't go anywhere without leadership, partnership, and team. And leadership, partnership, and team is not collaboration. With respect, it is not masterminding. That is not leadership. That is not cohesion team. The Knights of the Round Table is not a mastermind. The Knights of the Round Table is a leadership group causing leadership to cause leadership to merge ecosystems for 1 + 1 = 1,000,000,000,000 relationships, or at least more than 10, and certainly not just 3, to make the world an even greater place. And if these things sound like words you've heard before, are you actualizing them? Do you have 1 + 1 = 1,000,000,000,000 relationships? How about do you have ones that are 10, or at least more than 3? And that's not a chastisement. That's a reality. Because when you hear from Bruce Springsteen about leadership right now, and Bruce's reputation is a person who sits left of center, who is very heart-centered, who is loving, who is artistic, who is giving, who is patient, who is generous. And maybe you might even see Bruce as soft. And then he rips into like music and is a beautiful contrast. And he's playing Born to Run. And he's like making things happen. The audience is going crazy. But then he just goes home and he's peaceful and quiet and rests. And if that is what you believe, well, you would be very, very wrong. Matt, Chaz, let's hit it.
I said, let's go.
And what's present to me is, here's the reality. I don't think I've ever heard Bruce Springsteen speak. So I think that was like the first time, hearing who he is. And I am like processing how he's impacted you and how I see you show up, and realizing the importance. And I'm trying to remember the word. He called it a citadel. And then he said something else, just what it is to be prepared and what it is to show up. That's what I am like processing right now.
Bella, what's there for you?
I see why Gina made out with him. other than that, just the being at cause for excellence and the standard of excellence.
Yeah, and by the way, the byproduct of that stand for excellence, besides making out with Gina, was the fact that Rolling Stone magazine has called Bruce Springsteen, who so many people would say does not have a great singing voice, have called him the greatest live act in the history of rock and roll. And that changes from different years. So other people have had that title, but maybe 5 or 7. But to be unarguably one of the top 5 acts in the history of rock, the very definition of influence, the very definition of moving people from hello to yes, the very definition of fun, aspirational, God is Zeus energy. At the end of a show, people cannot express themselves in any deeper ways than to scream, to yell, to cry, to emote. And the most soulful moments, just pull out a lighter and hold it together in unity, standing for something greater together, to be called by the critic magazine, Rolling Stone, as the greatest of all time at that, with the lack of a great singing voice. That's what deep practice is. And that's what certainty is. And so the message for today is not deep practice. That's the footnote. The message is your certainty, your commitment. Bruce Springsteen would say we're not confused. Those words have fun and we laugh at them at times. That brother is not confused. This is what it looks like. This is a sacred effing position, a citadel of rock and roll. That's what Unblinded is to me. That is what Unblinded is to me. 24 years of my life have been dedicated to doing this. So when somebody says, hey, you know what I think I should do? I think I should be the sax player in the band. Can you imagine how that lands on me? Can you imagine how that would land on Tony Robbins to say, I think I should be, Joseph instead of Joseph? Could you imagine how it lands on Bruce to be like, yeah, I think I should be the drummer? A sacred position. Now creating an additional frame, an additional context for you. Who is your Clarence? Who is your Danny Federici? Who is your John Landau? Who is Bruce's social proof and promoter? Who said, I have seen the future of rock and roll in 1974 at Harvard, the H-bomb. I have seen the future of rock and roll, and its name is Bruce Springsteen. Who is the person to say that about you? Jonathan Cohen quoted that, said in 1974 at Harvard, John Landau said, I have seen the future of rock and roll, and its name is Bruce Springsteen. He made a Facebook post. He said, and in Rhinebeck, New York, on such and such a date in 2019, I have seen the future of communication, and its name is Sean Callaghan. And Jonathan Cohen is partners with Bill Gross, spoke on Tony Robbins' stage of How to Tell a Winning Story, and managed P. Diddy and J-Lo. Who is the person to say that about you, that has the credibility to utter the words? That will not come from unintentional collaboration because you happen to be in a group sitting next to somebody. Those people can be your friends. They could be your joint accountability partners, but they probably don't belong in your 10 by 10, and they sure as hell are not your John Landau and your Clarence Clemens. I promise you that. And it takes a long time to find those people. It took a long time to find Rob Gill. It took a long time to find Michael Smikin. It took a long time to find Adam Gugino. It took a long time to find Fernando Valencia. And it took a long time to find Nicole Maiello. It took a long time to find Bella Verita. It took a long time to find Gina Ricci. It took a long time to find Lorelai Mariano. It took a long time to find Chaz Tedesco. It took a long time to find Matt Getz and to wake his ass up from being Jake Clemens into being the Jake Clemens that he is now. It takes a long time, man. I had to wake Michael Smikin up of late, not because he's not a good person, not because he's not working hard, but I had to remember him, remind him, or help him remember where he was and what we're doing, and to stop straying and playing, and to get tight, to get on top of it. Not because of control, but because I'm not fucking Bruce Springsteen. And you're not either. It's a decision. It's a commitment. It's a philosophy. It's certainty. And it's what changes your very trajectory. And that's what we're talking about. AG, final.
This is a sacred effing position, and this is the citadel of influence.
That's what it is. And you're in it. And that may be difficult to understand, but what we said on the call this morning was, and Michael confirmed in like almost laughter of any other thought, that this is actually easy. Winning that case in Arizona was impossible. This is inevitable. This is inevitable because we can have not every single person say yes. In Arizona, we needed to go from hello to yes 25 consecutive times with people who did not want to say yes, and one no, one ended it. We had to go 25 for 25 of impossible yeses. If you go 50% in your yeses, you're a multimillionaire doing whatever you want in the world. 50%, that's easy. We can teach you that. You can acquire that. We're going to crush that this weekend, but it can't be done for you. And stop being distracted if you are. Stop wandering unless you're here just to make friends and socialize, which is totally cool, and you're welcome to be here. But if you want it, if you truly want it, the money, the time, the magic, at whatever level you decide, this is the citadel in which to find it. And this is what it is. And we aren't just talking it, we're living it. By the time we get to you at 8:30, we're going for 2 to 3 hours, full tilt. Innovating, confronting, growing, rising in mastery, hitting the bag, jumping the rope, lifting the weights, figuratively, in the space of influence, process, and self-mastery. That's what we're doing. Come here to serve you every day, because we are not confused of the honor and the privilege it is to serve you. And the things we ask you to do, we suggest you to do, we tell you to do, is what Bruce Springsteen, Mr. Miyagi, Yoda, fictional characters, George Washington, all of the folks, Paul Revere, as he woke up everybody and said what to do, we're leading. We're causing leadership and truth and integrity. So announcements, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Friday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Friday in Telegram. If you're not in Telegram yet, you're in the programs, let's go. This is the final week of open huddles. Open huddles close on Friday. We have our last open huddle. Then it's only for people in the program. You deserve that. You earn that. You invest in that. That value is yours. And we want to create a tighter closed circle of the causing of leadership starting on Monday. The huddles are only for you, paid program participants. So 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Friday sets the context. It's not going to be fluff. It's going to be powerful content, context setting delivery on Friday night, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you can't make all the things because you have games for your children, then go to your children's games. Be with your family, but don't have it be for something less. If it's an agreement formation call to sell something, then take that call on the weekend. If it's a family commitment obligation, and I don't mean, we always have Sunday family dinner, skip that. I'm causing leadership. I'm sharing from my perspective what to do. But if it's something truly powerful, truly meaningful, to be attended, then attend. Michael Smikin told the stories of when his grandmother was dying in the hospital of having to get on an airplane and fly to Arizona for a month, not knowing if he'd ever see her again. And he made that decision. And there was enough magnitude at stake and he wouldn't have changed it. And we all made sacrifices. I tell you, I missed 9 games for my kids. 5 of those games I missed were that federal trial in Arizona. 5 of the 9 games I missed came during that time period. P.S. I flew home on weekends on 3 hours a night per sleep, prepped on planes to come see my kids play on Saturday and Sunday, and prepped all around those times and had people fly back and forth across the country with me to prepare me because I'm blind on airplanes. You can be outrageous. You can be uncommon. You can be extraordinary as soon as you decide. All of that is a decision, but it's not one decision like a month ago or a year ago or a year from now. It's every decision, every day and every hour and every minute as you build to something. And then there's time to celebrate and have fun each day. And then there's the big celebration. It's like chugging rum on pirate ships. I don't like chugging rum. I don't like drinking, but I certainly had a couple of sips for fun in a ceremony of tribal celebration in doing pirate ships with Michael running his ship, me running my ship in the Caribbean with Tink on top of the mast, jumping up and down on beams this big, laughing, crying, celebrating in triumph of having done the uncommon as a team together. And that's where you are every single day. Love you guys. AG, what do you want to take it out to today?
Let's take it out to, actually, let's give Fernando a shot. I can't even think. I want a pop, a nice young pop song.
Except for like not YMCA from your DJ days. And
Oh
I know
my
you're not a
God,
DJ.
you call
What's
that
like
pop?
new? What's like new out there? Like what's the
Dude,
song of the
I am not, you know, the first thing that popped in my head was The Weeknd because he played on the Super Bowl, but I think Sean will shoot me if I play The Weeknd on the Huddle.
No, I would not forget. I want you to play what you want to play. It's all good. Just you know, I know you young kids, your newfangled music. So whatever you want to play.
I do
You
like
know what?
Frank.
Let's go like Adam Gugino era. Let's put I Got a Feeling, Black Eyed Peas. Let's go with that.
All right, let's do it. Love you, Fernando.
Love it.
Awesome job, guys. Love all you guys. Let's go. Trajectory Tuesday. See you on Clubhouse. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go! Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about success and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting it.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked? Calgary Law offices. It's been a while. It's been a bit with Corona. So what's happening?
Oh my God, it looks fantastic back there. I see a skeleton. I don't know. I haven't seen this environment. This is your new office?
No, this is our 15,000 foot of like empty space with 125 employees, mostly working virtually from home. But we'll go on a little tour later and show some digs and some people. We have our 18,000 square feet downstairs that we're going to be opening up in just a few months. We're building it out. Awesome stuff, Vivian. But how are you? What's happening? We have extraordinary people here today.
I am fabulous. It's warm out. Can't wait to go for a walk. And we have fabulous contestants. We have Vanessa Jacks in from Toronto, Canada. Woo!
Canada's in the house with Vanessa. Tell us about Vanessa.
Vanessa's more than founding partner at Kerr Law Group. She's also part-time board member at the National Parole Board of Canada. But what she's passionate about is being CEO and founder of Survivors Unleashed International. Why? Because she's a high school survivor of domestic sex trafficking. And this is why she spent 10 years. I know. She spent 10 years going to college, Sean, and law school, just so that she can be there to help others heal long-term to recovery, which she believes happens through education and self-empowerment. So welcome, Vanessa.
Vanessa.
Thank you. Hi, Sean.
How are you? Deeply.
Nice to see you again.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
I had no idea like that was the Vanessa we're talking about.
Yes, that's me. I was a Platt. We were Platts at the same time.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. How, like, thank you for being here. Like, how are you?
I'm good. Looking forward to seeing what's gonna be happening today.
There's no nervousness in her voice at all.
Not at all.
Well, of course you'd be nervous because Bella and like Vivian are crazy. No. So what's the fun fact? What's your fun fact for today?
My fun fact for today is I was bored during COVID, so I taught myself how to play cello.
Oh.
Yes. I think I had Jello during COVID. Right. And so my fun fact is, in just sort of mirroring some of the conversation, Buck Island, a private island in the British Virgin Islands, with Tim Ballard of Operation Underground Railroad. There's about a dozen of us that were down there planning out a whole bunch of different things. So thank you for your work in the world, Vanessa.
Thank you. Thanks, Sean.
Thank you. Vivian, we got a participant to roll it today with Vanessa.
Yes, we do. It's Dr. Richard K. in from New Mexico today.
New Mexico.
Dr. Richard K got his chiropractic doctorate from Columbia Institute and was named Outstanding Doctor. He devoted 30 years as chiropractor in San Diego and became an internationally acclaimed lecturer with workshops in Australia, France, Japan, and Russia. He then decided to follow his entrepreneurial heart and became faculty member at CEO Space, a Forbes #1 business conference that helps accelerate growth. And as a thought leader and spokesperson, he shares platforms with Lisa Nichols and talks on topics from consciousness, cooperation, I know that's the woo you were talking about, Bella, to contribution and how to thrive in a developing recession. On KTLA TV, he shares his expertise on team building and super networking, and he's the author of the highly acclaimed book, The Secrets of Creating Customers for Life. So welcome, Dr. Richard K.
Hey, glad to be here.
Dr.
Nice
Richard,
to meet you.
thank you for being here. And what's your preferred way of being referred to? For
Richard, please. Richard.
Richard, thank you. I appreciate that, Richard. Thank you for being here. And I think we've had more than 2,500 people on Real Raws since COVID began. And I think a fun fact might be that this is the first person from New Mexico. I think we've had virtually every state, but I can't recall. Can you, Vivian, anybody from New Mexico?
Oh, no, that's true. Nobody
Yeah, I
from
think
New
this might be
Mexico that I
first.
remember.
Hey, someone's got to be first, Sean.
Yes, I love it. Yes. So, Richard, and what would be a fun fact?
Well, I met my lady on the internet. No, not on a dating site. We were on a conference call. I was coaching on a business conference call. She asked for a consultation. Big deal. She was living in the UK. 2.5 months later, she moved in, and we'll be getting married sometime this year.
Richard, congratulations. and by the way, on the Real Raw, that's what we call going from hello to yes. So, brother, you've already demonstrated influence mastery at the highest level. You can leave for today. You get a 9.999. Thank you. Thank you, Richard.
See you later, guys.
Yep, bye-bye.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. That's so cool.
And we have judges.
In from Vancouver, Canada, we have Ashley Smith in the house.
Vancouver is in the building. We love Vancouver. Greatest cities in the world, please.
Ashley Smith is a 40 under 40 award winner and owner, founder of Vancouver Avenue, the Real Estate Collective. She's also the youngest president, board chair, and media spokesperson for the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver, a first in its 100-year history, representing over 14,000 realtors in the region. Wow. And she recently was appointed a director's seat with the British Columbia Real Estate Association.
Look at this.
Now, in real estate, she's known for her engaging video market updates, live stream property tours, and crushing it on her new YouTube channel. So welcome, Ashley Smith.
Ashley, representing not only the world of Whistler, Stanley Park, Cypress Mountain, they're all in the building. How are you, Ashley?
It's beautiful. I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
Wow, extraordinary. I am envious. Well, actually, that's not even true. I'd be lying. So I don't envy anything. I'm appreciative of the magical place that you live in.
Thank you. It is a beautiful place. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. And so, Ashley, how about a fun fact?
I'm a pit bull lover. I adopted a pit bull a couple months ago, and she actually came all the way from Houston, Texas. So she's my little Houston baby. I don't know. It's fun. I just, if you go to my Explore page on any of my social media channels, it's just all pit bulls all the time. So there you go.
Well, that's absolutely extraordinary. May I share a Vancouver fun fact?
Sure.
Okay. So I go to Vancouver. I'm blind. Like I am. I can't see anything on the screen whatsoever. I can see a little bit peripherally, right? So there is a doctor, there's Dr. Yu, who's in Vancouver, who's an acupuncturist, and he treats people with my eye condition called retinitis pigmentosa. And you go there and he claims to help stave off the disease and does some incredible things. So I'm a huge fan of Whistler, been skiing there a bunch with the kids and all of it. So I'm like, amazing. So I'll go like to Dr. Yu, and you have to spend an entire week of treatment. And we'll hit Cypress Mountain, never been to Cypress, and then we'll just like head up to Vancouver. It'll be like a whole thing. And I'll go a few times a year. And this is a pattern I was gonna develop over the course of time. I've probably been in Whistler 5 times at that point. So I go to see Dr. Yu, and there's a problem. We go into Dr. Yu's office, and they have no idea who I am.
No.
And I have flown to Vancouver. I've taken all this time, and I'm like, wait, don't you guys treat people with eye condition? They're like, yeah. I'm like, is Dr. Yu here? Like, I spoke to Dr. Yu on the phone. I'm like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. And they're like, well, looking through the schedule, and there's like people there. There's like some blind people that are there. And like, I'm like, this is nuts. And they're like, we're fully booked. We can't even fit you in. And we don't treat people 5 days a week though. We treat people like twice a week. I'm like, they're like, I don't have any idea what you're talking about. So I go outside, and it's in the middle. There's like a Chinatown section in Vancouver. Is that right,
Mhm.
Ashley?
Yeah.
So we're there, and then I'm like, what the heck? So guess what? I find out that Dr. Yu is a fairly common name in Vancouver, and there's 2 Dr. Yus that treat blind people from all over the world with acupuncture, and I'm in the wrong office. So I met Dr. Yu, and we had a beautiful time, and everything worked out, but it started a little bit bumpy in Vancouver, and everything got much better from there, actually. So thank you for
Yeah, no problem. You know what? I was waiting for that punchline. I'm like, it's probably another Dr. Yu. There you go. Well, glad it worked out.
Yeah. And final fun fact for today, the coldest scuba diving I've ever done in my entire life was in Vancouver in the summer. And by the way, I've gone scuba diving in the Atlantic Ocean in the winter. It was unbelievable, but still a beautiful place. Wow. So thank you, Ashley.
Thank you.
Vivian, we got some judges.
In from Amityville Horror, New York, we have Adam Antonelli. This past decade as managing partner of the law offices of Adam J. Antonelli, Adam focuses on elder law, estate planning and litigation, and real estate. Adam is also a top lawyer, AKA a super lawyer, and is a rising star 3 years in a row. So welcome, Adam.
Thank you. Yeah, real quick fun fact about me is that I decided to quit my firm that I was working at on payroll in the middle of the pandemic and to found my own law firm. The industry was rapidly changing within a matter of hours, days, let alone months and years. And I felt it was the right time with the firm I was with wasn't keeping pace with what I thought could happen in the world.
Amen. Brother,
You
congratulations.
have a story like that, don't you, Sean Kelly?
I think I've heard a story like that somewhere, like something similar to that.
Something freaking crazy, like 6 months out of law school at the like #1 firm in New York, and just like, I'm just gonna quit and go do my own thing. I think you have a story like that.
I think that actually happened 6 months out of law school, quit and started my own firm. So Adam, congratulations. I had no contacts, no connections, started on my own credit card, $100K in debt from law school. And I knew nothing, I knew nobody, and I couldn't even think of how to market or sell. So brother, if I could do it, you could do it times 10. I promise you of that, because I was a complete train wreck mess. It was the scariest year of my life that first year. We became a 40-person law firm, though, within 2 years, building, scaling, growing. And I just figured out all kinds of remarkable things. So congratulations, Adam, for your inspiration, for your bravery, for your courage, for your entrepreneurship, and for being here today.
Thank you.
Now,
I also
Adam,
think it's such an amazing choice, Sean. You're going blind, you go to law school. How much reading is ahead of you?
a lot of reading, but it gave me a lot of urgency to realize I had to be pretty good at talking since I couldn't be reading. So yes, that was something that became very apparent to me very quickly. But thank you, Vivian. And Adam, how about the Amityville horror? Real or not? Like, what's the scoop? Like, what beliefs do you hold about it?
So on multiple fronts, very real what did happen there in terms of the DeFeo family and the original origin story of the horror house, whether it was because of ghosts or not, or because of other troubles and struggles within that gentleman's head. I live about 5 houses away from that house. A good friend of mine grew up in that house. One of the scariest moments of my life, 12 years old, played hide and go seek in the basement, pitch black, of the Amityville Horror House. Yes, there are little passageways into dark, kind of cavernous portions of the basement that look like they're straight out of the 1800s. It was terrifying, but
that's amazing.
That's crazy. Did you hear any ghosts? Did you hear anything?
I did not hear anything. You know, the family that lives there is wonderful now. They fully get involved with it because every Halloween, our neighborhood is completely swamped. We all decorate. We all rise to the occasion because, I mean, it's hundreds of trick-or-treaters every hour, all night long, COVID or no COVID. It's our neighborhood.
Super fun. That sounds super fun. Bella, Vivian, would you like to go trick-or-treating on Halloween at the Amityville Horror House?
100% I would.
You know what? I'm hallucinating, Adam, that it might be a lot more scary to go like on Thanksgiving because like nobody will be there.
There's people there almost every week taking photos. It's the selfie destination of Amityville.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you for being here again and for all your fun. Thank you, man. Vivian, we got one more judge.
Yes, we do. In from Brielle, New Jersey, we have Joseph Gamalis. Did I get that right?
You did.
Brielle is in the house. Yeah. Jersey and Brielle are in the building.
Armed with a marketing degree from Rutgers U, he went on to work as a perfumery assistant to becoming an independent insurance agent at Gamalis, and works to provide best renters, auto, homeowners, and commercial insurance coverage. So welcome, Joseph.
Thank you, bro. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So how far are you from the water these days?
Right down the street. So it's nice. It's I can't wait for the summer.
All right. So fun fact question: when is the last time you were in the Atlantic Ocean?
Ooh, man, not that long ago. Actually, I went for a run and went right in it. So.
How long ago?
By last week. Actually.
Yes, I love this man. Let's hear it from Joseph.
Yeah,
so if you want to come down and join us this weekend in Long Beach Island, we will be jumping in the ocean in LBI for sure.
Oh man, let's do it.
Unblinded virtual immersion. So let's do it. So having a fun fact, besides the fact of the ocean in the winter being a beast.
Yeah, so fun fact, I guess similar to both yourself and Adam, once I graduated from Rutgers University, about a month, because I worked at State Farm and working in insurance through college full-time while doing full-time Rutgers, about a month after graduation, I actually left State Farm and started my own independent insurance agency.
Good for
you. At 20, I think it was 23 when I started.
Dude,
so
that's extraordinary. What prompted it?
And he looks like he's all of 24, Sean.
Is that right?
Yeah. That's a lot.
What prompted Joseph?
So I was actually on the track to become an agent with State Farm, but when I actually took a holistic approach and looked at everything, saw what I wanted to be able to provide to clients and for my future, and going to an independent route and starting my own agency was the best route. And it's kind of, I guess, nerve-wracking, but at the same time, 23 years old, what I have to lose when jumping into a business. So just did it, jumped into it, and I want to be able to control not only what I can do for a business, but be able to provide the lifestyle I want for my future family. So that's why I wanted to be able to own my own business and bet on myself. I'd rather bet on myself and bet on someone else to control my future. So
love, brother. A++. Congratulations. Awesome job.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Vivian, we got a role player. And there's a lot of intersections with things in Texas and Las Vegas and horror houses of insanity. Yes, please.
Yes, and this is our very own Bella Verita in the house. Bella started selling at the age of 8 years old. Front lawn, cute little crafts, all little horror stuff for Halloween for Amityville. Taking those sales skills into the networking marketing business, and she built a 7-figure, leading thousands, building 6 figures businesses in network marketing. And I'm butchering this, and I'm so sorry, but she did. And then after she finished building those networks, she ended up becoming the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada. And today she is the sales sorcery as the CEO at Align Sales, a female sales recruiting agency where she doubles sales revenue, increases sales conversion, and places sales unicorns to help companies scale, grow their money, so they have more time and magic like we're doing here right now, Sean.
Yes, Bella Verita, how the heck are you doing today?
I'm absolutely extraordinary, Sean. I am so excited for today's show. I feel like we have a super fun and exciting crew. So I can't wait to see what ghosts and goblins and today.
Right. So what do you think is scarier? A ghost, a goblin, a great white shark off of Montauk or LBI, or being at rehab in Vegas at 2 a.m.?
I'm not sure.
Well, we have to unpack that as we move along. So Bella Verita, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for that, Bella. Vivian, you are magical. Every day you're not here, Vivian, we miss you. Whenever it's Vivian's not here today, I cry. We miss you. We love you. We need you.
Oh, I love you, Sean.
Yes, I'm where's Vivian? Yes. So
You're the magical one. You're the reason I'm here. So thank you, Sean, for existing and creating this beautiful formula that changes people's lives, that allows us to live with integrity and to achieve everything that we want. And I'm to sample that today.
yeah, what a beautiful group. So thank you, Vivian. Mwah. Have a beautiful day. We will see you soon, my friend.
Ciao. Have fun.
Bye-bye. Okay, so Bella, who's going first?
Let's go, since I know Dr. Richard. I think he should get to go first.
You do know this man?
Yes, we met in San Diego.
We met 3 years ago at another business conference. Yes.
Yeah.
That is wild and extraordinary.
Yeah, so I'm able to throw my friends under the bus.
Nice.
There you go.
Richard, do you have crazy stories about Bella you could share with us?
Not in public. Don't go there. Don't go there. No, we went, we had dinner, we had a wonderful time. We just hung out after a conference. And again, it's been almost 3 years. So yes, you never know who shows up.
You never know. Absolutely. So Richard, everyone, what we're here to do is explore the superpower of influence. And after having done this for about 500 episodes so far, and having had the unique privilege of having 2 top 100 national jury verdicts, being one of only 2 people, attorneys in America out of 1.2 million, to have that occur, I realized that influence is in fact a superpower. And micro distinctions are the difference between raising no money or $1.7 million in a room for Operation Underground Railroad. There's a difference between having $2 million in a jury verdict or $27 million. They're growing, scaling, and surviving for 10 years, or being a powerful enterprise growing to the hundreds and thousands of employees and impacting lives. Micro differences in marketing, selling, leadership, recruiting, all of the things. And that's what's at stake for people every single solitary day. And that's what we unpack here, the beginning of those micro distinctions, because we think like we're all born with like influence, we're all the same. And yeah, we're all incredible people. Nobody's better, nobody's less. But influence, just like throwing a baseball, throwing a football, singing a note, is a superpower. It's a skill with massive differential. So Bella, we're having Richard go first. And Richard, you could have Bella be anybody you want. She could be herself. She could be an ideal client avatar. Whatever it is that you want to talk about, that's who Bella will be. Who would you like Bella to be?
I would love for Bella to be Bella.
Nice.
Bella Verita. What else could you be? Truth.
Yes, Bella Verita. Beautiful truth. Can you be that?
I can be that.
Let's rock.
Let's go.
Okay. So Bella, what is your business? What do you do now?
I have a sales agency.
Great. And what's next for you? If I had that proverbial magic wand and I waved it, which we do have, by the way, what would your business look like in 3 to 6 months, perhaps a year, year and a half? What would it look like?
I would say, the biggest thing that it would look like is a year from now, I would say that I am on my way to being a Fortune 500, top Fortune 500 company, and I have placed over 300 women in sales jobs.
Outstanding. And you know the common saying that you are a mirror of the 5 people with whom you hang out with, yes?
Yes.
So what would happen if you were to hang out with some of the top business trainers on the planet? People including Les Brown, sometimes Tony Robbins, Sharon Lechter, who served under Bush and Obama to raise financial literacy. And you could sit and learn, and you don't have to pick someone's mind because they're going to do data dumps. You're going to learn things that you may not have known about business. Would that be of interest to you?
It possibly could. I mean, do you know if Sean Callaghy is part of that? Because I hear this Sean Callaghy guy really knows how to build business and multiply things and even Tony Robbins said that he was the thing you want to pay attention to right now. So is Sean Callaghy part of this whole thing? Because I heard Les Brown, but I feel like Les Brown's kind of old news.
Sean and I met 30 minutes ago. We have not had that conversation, but a little while ago, I invited Tony to come visit us at CEO Space, and a little bit more than this kind of conversation. And within a year after coming to CEO Space, he had his first business program. He had business mastery. So I said, Tony, everything you've got is personal. You don't have business. So yes, we changed that. People have raised over $3 billion using us a resource. So what I'd like permission to do is send an email to you, because we're on a limited timeline here, and follow up, set another appointment, and explore how we can help you bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be in your business. What I'm offering you also is a discovery call to learn how we can bridge that gap. How would you like to move forward with that?
Well, I probably would not send me an email since I don't read my emails. I have an assistant that reads my emails and basically tosses everything that I don't have to answer. So definitely not send me an email. But I've got to take another quick call right now, and then maybe we can circle back around for another 3 minutes and see where this can go.
You got a deal. Thanks for your time. And I'm going to put some contact information here so you can schedule a call on your schedule. Bella, thanks. Really good to see you again. Stay well.
Richard, excellent job. I love the heroic, unique identity drop-ins with names like Sharon Lecter, Tony Robbins, Les Brown. Beautiful job. 2 of those 3 people were in our entry video, by the way. So outstanding job, brother. Really loved it. Excellent work. So Bella, are you ready for the one and only Vanessa?
I am totally ready for Vanessa.
I'm not ready.
You're ready, Vanessa. Come on now. The world needs you.
You got this.
You got this, Vanessa. Come on now. You ready? What would you like Bella to be?
Can somebody just give me a brief explanation of what I have to do again?
Yeah. So ready? Something you do every single day. Is you every day in all sorts of different ways.
Oh my
Go from hello to yes, integrously with people, because you're extraordinary. So all you're doing is going from hello to yes. That's it, on any topic that matters to you. It could be an ideal client. It could be what we call an ecosystem merger, which might be the cousin of a strategic alliance. It could be to raise money for charity. So Bella could be herself or anybody you want her to be. All you're doing is, what does it look like to go from hello to yes? In a 6-minute conversation, Richard had half of his conversation. He'll have the other half in a little bit. Yeah, half the conversation, but not like Boiler Room meets Wolf of Wall Street. No. Like integrous, heart-centered influence, like Chris Crone beautifully shared in the beginning, and I'm very grateful for the share. How do you add value? How do you find that connection, open in the listening of people? How do you cause Tony Robbins to say the things that Bella mentioned, that he said about me and us? Like, how does that happen, right? In an integrous value exchange, hello to yes. So you ready, Vanessa?
I guess so.
So who would you like Bella to be?
She could be my ideal client.
Which is?
Yeah.
He's a very successful, very financially successful client. Somebody who, I don't even know, like, I'm just not prepared. I don't even know what to say.
What's a great client for you? Like, if you could have any client. I'm sorry?
Can I go after somebody else?
Everyone, like, I'm having a hard time hearing you though.
Yeah. Oh, can you? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, Vanessa, all it is like, what would be an ideal client for you? Like, who, a successful what, who needs what?
Like a financially successful client who would be in need of a family law lawyer, I guess.
Yeah. So Bella, you're wealthy. You're going through a divorce. You got money. That ever happened to you before, Bella?
That has definitely happened.
There you go, Vanessa. It's like perfect.
Fighting for custody of my 12 children. Let's go.
Yeah. So it's round, Bella. This is round 3. Here we go.
Hey, Bella. How are you?
I'm excellent, Vanessa. How about yourself?
I'm good. So tell me what's going on in your life today.
Yeah, I am unfortunately, in the situation where I think I might need an attorney. Things are not working out in my relationship, and yeah, so I hate to say the D word, sounds a little, but that's why.
So you might have to get a divorce, you mean, right?
Oh, you said the D word, yes.
It's not a bad thing. What is it that I can provide to you?
Yeah, I'm looking at my different options and what it looks like I haven't ever done this before. I got 12 kids, and yeah, I just don't know where to go from here.
So I understand that. I know this is your first divorce that you're going through, but I've probably been through about 3,000 of them. So you're in good hands. I can transition you. I like to think of myself as somebody who can help transition you from one part of your life to a new part of your life. So it's not just a bad thing. A lot of good can come out of it. So can you tell me if you're actually separated, or are you guys just having the separation talk right now?
We're having the separation talk right now.
And are there any lawyers involved?
No, not yet. You would be the first.
Okay, so I mean, you don't necessarily have to drop the bombshell that you have a lawyer. You can just basically have a conversation with me, and you can discuss what your options are and what it is that you need to feel certain. One of the problems with divorce law is that people make a lot of decisions in fear. They make a lot of decisions in uncertainty because they're not sure what's going to happen in their lives with their kids or with their finances in the next 6 months to a year. So they tend to make decisions in fear. And so my role in your divorce or your separation is to help you not make those fearful decisions and help calm you through the storm, so to speak. Does that sound like something I can help you with?
Yeah, I mean, that definitely, you definitely kind of eased my, anxiety a little bit. I'm definitely super nervous with this situation. And, with 3,000 divorces underneath your belt, it must be.
Yeah, it's perfectly understandably nervous too. The way that we like to do it is we like to just get some information about you first, and then I'll decide if you need to come in person for a consult or do something like that. And then one of my staff will be in touch with you to take it a step further by scheduling a time with me. Is that something that you're comfortable with?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. All right, so I'll send you an email with my contact information and with the contact information of somebody else in my firm, and then you can take it from there.
Got it. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Vanessa, 3,000 divorces.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Congratulations on that. How'd that feel for you? You did a wonderful job.
It felt okay. It's just that's not my passion. So I feel like it's a little bit salesy, and I do it every day. But every day I do think it's saying, hey, that's not really what am I doing? What am I I'm in that thing probably before you sold your firm. It's been almost 20 years for me being in private practice. So I was where Adam is, starting out. I did the same thing, went out on my own in under a year, but it's now I'm just tired of it. So I felt like it was forced, only because I'm forced to do it right now.
Interesting. Yeah. Lots to talk about there, Vanessa, and unpack. Bella, one word, one sentence for Vanessa, and for Richard, what do you got?
Well, Vanessa, I think you did a fantastic job, with being, nervous and just doing it anyway. So fantastic job. Way to jump in. And Dr. Richard, that was definitely super fun. So can't wait to hear what the judges have to say.
Yes, absolutely. Wonderful work. Let's start with Ashley. Hit 30 seconds of feedback for Richard, 15 seconds on what worked, 15 seconds on what could be optimized, and a score on a scale of 1 to 10. What do you have, please, Ashley?
Sure. I would say, Dr. Richard, that I thought you did a great job. I liked how you opened up the conversation with a question, and you really made it focused around the person you're chatting with and getting to know what they needed. Let them talk a lot about themselves versus talking about you. So I thought that was great. Room for improvement. I do think that, the person you're chatting with was didn't take the email prompt. And maybe that's simply because it's not their way of communicating, but I think there could have been a way to kind of secure that next discussion, because it felt like
it is.
Sorry?
And your score for Dr. Richard is?
A solid 8.5.
Nice. And how about for Vanessa?
I think Vanessa did a great job. I actually am surprised to hear that she felt like it was salesy, because my general feeling from it was the exact opposite. Didn't feel salesy at all. It felt very sincere and genuine, and very professional. I liked that she offered, the 3,000 divorces, I think, brings light to a serious situation. So it made it feel a little more comfortable, breaks the ice, and also reinforces her as a professional and that she has the expertise. I thought she did a great job. Room for improvement. And
your score for Vanessa is?
I actually give Vanessa a 9.
Oh, thanks.
Excellent. And Ashley, the sales sorceress is very tight on time integrity. So she's dropping the hammer. No. So awesome job. Awesome job. Let's go. Adam, what do you have, please?
All right.
Richard.
So for Richard, I did think, I agree. Your ask was clear. It was genuine. You're listening to the other individual. You're trying to hear what they have. Clearly what you're trying to put together is hard to do within 3 minutes. So you kind of putting out there, look, we want to get you in a room for a further conversation. I think that's a great approach to it. You got to continue the conversation. I have to agree with Ashley. I did not expect the email shutdown, but to pivot real quick into what's your preferred way of communication, shoot you a text, whatever it would be, I would have jumped on that.
And your score for Dr. Richard is?
I give him a solid 8.
Nice. And how about for Vanessa? What'd you have, Adam?
Yeah, Vanessa, similar to Ashley, I'm surprised you said, you felt like you were just doing a sales pitch because it comes across genuine. You've clearly done this a million times, or at least 3,000 times, I guess. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you remove the stigma of the word divorce almost immediately. Jump on it. This is what we're talking about, and it's okay to discuss this. And I do this a lot, so feel comfortable with me. I really like that aspect. In terms of criticism, hard to criticize another lawyer, so I avoid doing so. But I will say, I give you a 9 as well, because going from completely flabbergasted, I don't know how to approach this, to boom, your sales pitch, you're good. That was nice to see.
Yes. And what we call that, Adam, again, Vanessa did wonderfully. In Unblinded world, we call that fake confusion, where it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Wonderful. So fake confusion. Adam, Joseph, what do you got, my friend? Let's start with Dr. Richard.
So, Dr. Richard, I think you did a great job. You asking some questions to engage. I think putting more, asking more engaging questions about them, about the product and how much it's sold and the billions of people. I know it's a good value add. I feel like in 3 minutes, you really have to grasp their need and what they really need in that 3 minutes. And then you could have more prompt to that email, because I think that was where you got shut down, where it wasn't enough connection. That the email was like, I don't really need it, So that'd be my only, advice. But it was great with the way you engaged. I'd say I give solid 7 on Richard.
Nice.
Richard.
And what'd you have for Vanessa?
Vanessa, again, I think you just had a little nerves in you. I don't think you really. It didn't come off salesy to me either. I think you did well. I like how in the beginning you were like, yeah, it's divorce. Like, you just shut it down and you didn't make it as a big stigma, and you really connected on a deeper level. That was really good. I wrote down, no, that was the biggest thing. I thought that was the thing that got me. I was like, once the nerves kicked in and the, just subsiding the big picking on that deeper level was the biggest takeaway I had. But I'd say that was a solid 8.5 even. So.
Nice. This is in honor of Amityville Horror from Halloween, since people have been here mostly. So yes, excellent job, my friend. And Bella, are you ready for Amityville Horror? And P.S. Bella, do you know who this is?
I cannot really.
You have to hold it up closer.
Yeah, you might need to hold it up a little. Is that Willy Wonka?
It is Willy Wonka.
Nice.
No other factory in the world mixes its chocolate by water.
That is awesome.
We mix our chocolate by waterfall, and we are ready for round 2. So, in fact, in this round 2, Vanessa, it goes right back to you, since we go from first to second and second to first, as Willy Wonka would say. The first will be last, the last shall be first. Strike that, reverse it. Are you ready?
What am I doing this time?
Same beautiful conversation. Bella's got more issues. What just happened is Bella's husband got her cell phone, and that's not a good situation. So, Bella, round 2.
Assuming I did something wrong. Hello, Vanessa. I'm back.
Bella, how are you? How's things?
How about you?
I'm okay. How are things going with you?
They're going. So yeah. So what does this how long does this kind of stuff take? Is it a way to make it easy? How does this all work? I don't even know.
Well, there's so many factors that come into play. One of the things is basically what you need. Do you need some stability? Are things just off the rails right now? Or is it hard to communicate with him? Do you know where you're going to be living next month? How's it going?
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's not working, right? There's not a whole lot of ugliness, at least right now. So
you're just coexisting in the same spot right now.
Yes. Yeah.
And how many children did you say you had? 12 children?
12 children, yes.
That's a lot of kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of child support.
That is a lot of child support, yes.
So I think that you'd be able to stay. Have you asked him to leave the house?
I haven't, because I didn't know what my rights were. Can I ask him to leave? Can I kick my husband out of our house?
You can kick your husband out of the house if that's what you want and that's what you need. I can help you with that. And I can also help you pay the bills. Aside from that, I heard you mention, you left a message saying that he has your cell phone or something. What's going on there?
Yeah. He has my cell phone. He thinks I'm up to something, but I'm not. So it doesn't really.
So you're not up to, there's no surprises in the cell phone?
No surprises in the cell phone.
Partners in the cell phone?
I think you'd like for there to be, but there's not.
There's no new partners, no new friends?
No.
Okay.
No.
So, I mean, then you have nothing to worry about.
I mean, who has time for another partner when you have 12 children?
I don't know. Even if you did have another partner, it's okay.
What's that?
That's not going to affect anything. You could still stay in the house with your kids and ask him to leave.
Oh, I can. Okay.
Yeah, you just don't ask the new partner to move in. That's probably not.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. I will definitely not do that.
So, I mean, once we find out what it is exactly that you need in the short term, we can definitely help you do that. We can put a band-aid on the situation. We can help you move to the next step.
Fantastic. Okay, so what do we got to do to get my husband out of the house? Let's do this.
So first of all, we have to book a time with me so I can get quite a bit.
Can we get him out by tomorrow afternoon?
Yes, I can. I actually can do tomorrow afternoon. Might not be me, but it might be a junior that calls you and gets the information, but it's all the same information. And I supervise what the junior receives and how we use the information. Are you okay with it?
Fantastic. Let's boot his ass. I have a party to throw.
Hey, Bella, you got a quick phone call from your boyfriend. He was asking if you talked to your attorney yet and wants to know how fast you can get your husband out of the house.
Tomorrow afternoon, apparently.
You have to get your guy out of the house immediately.
And he said he's got the pizzas and like the pumpkins and he's ready for the party. I don't know. So excellent job, Vanessa.
Bella, you can make whatever decision that you want to make and I'll help you deal with it after.
Thank you. Yay, I like Vanessa. I can make whatever decision I want and she'll deal with it after. Is that in all things in life or just family law?
Family law.
Damn it.
Yes. Vanessa, there's a comic strip coming out called The World According to Bella. So, Richard, are you ready for round two?
Sure. Let's go for it.
All right, take us in, please.
So, Bella, what keeps you up at night as far as your aspirations in growing the business?
Oh, that's a really good question, Richard. What keeps me up at night? I think the biggest thing is wanting to help more women get sales jobs. Finding more women. That how to really exponentially move that needle forward.
Great. Who's your ideal avatar? Women is a huge category. Who's your avatar? What's your avatar?
Yeah, so there's two, right? Because I have a sales and recruiting company, and because we primarily place women salespeople, so on one side of things is we're constantly recruiting new female talent, women who can sell. And so, we're in a bunch of different places to attract that particular avatar. And then on the business side, on the recruiting side is, businesses that have between, 2 and 500 employees and are looking to grow their sales team.
Outstanding. I know that in the past you've taken a quick, although perhaps passive look at CEO space. We've got 32 years of working. Primarily over 50% of our cohort are lady leaders. And many of our about 50% of the faculty are lady leaders. And we have a patented networking process that helps you integrate and reach the audience that you need to explore with. Aside from learning new skills, for you, we're a conveyor belt of new clients, new customers. Now, they're not all your people, but enough of them are. These are people who are looking to make massive change, massive transition in their lives. That's why they come to us. And by the way, Forbes and Inc. for the past decade have said this is the #1 business conference, the one you cannot afford to miss. And it's not a sales platform. Just be aware of that. Yeah. It is a business growth conference. What questions do you have? Let's see if I can serve you by answering whatever concerns you may have.
I mean, I can't think. I mean, I've heard of CEO space. You know, I definitely remember, you know, talking about it before. So I'm not sure what questions that I have. You know, seems like a pretty good organization. I just don't have the gravitational pull towards it right now, but definitely seems like a but my boss is calling again, and he's like always at my ass on things. So I've got.
Wait,
I've
wait a minute. You have a male boss?
Yeah.
You have a male boss?
Yeah, he's such a yeah, and he's always like, I
All
got
right,
to
so
be
what-
on time. Like he's very strict on time. So I got to run right now. But maybe we can continue this conversation another time.
What's the best way for me to get in touch with you?
I definitely text works best.
You got it. Stay safe, and I'll follow up. Be well.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Richard, excellent work, dude. Really appreciate your approach. You kept accessing pain. You were congruent. You were patient. HUI conveyance, dropping in on round one as we described, dropping on Forbes and Inc. Like, really outstanding job.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Bella, how'd that round feel? What do you got for our fine participants?
That round was definitely much better, and I cannot wait to see what the judges have to say.
Nice. Okay, so shall we do a quick role play drop in or no?
Yes, of course you should.
Okay, so let's go with, let's let Vanessa pick it. Vanessa, would you like me to be promoting Richard's conference, your divorce work, selling a trip to a private island in the BVI, or any other thing you'd like me to go from hello to yes on?
Could be anything.
Yes, anything.
And who are you going to be working with on there? Like with Bella?
You could set up the scenario. I'll work with you, Richard, or Bella, any scenario.
Okay, any scenario. Getting a publishing deal for a book.
Nice. And who would you like me to work with?
Bella.
Okay. And what would you like the book to be about?
What do you call it? Memoir.
A memoir of who?
About her life.
Of Bella?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so I'll be Bella and she's the publisher?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, Bella, you're the publisher, and I'm going to have, this is going to be amazing. It's like thing created in the history of the world. Vanessa, you are a genius. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so Bella, how about you be Mary?
Okay.
What name do you want to have as the publisher?
Louise Hay.
All right. So
Do you even know who Louise Hay is?
No, but yes, I do. Famous publisher, correct?
Huh?
She's a famous publisher, right, or no?
Yeah, she has she has a publishing house, but Louise Hay is like, you know, big into
And personal development books, right?
Yeah, personal development, like woo, spiritual, yeah.
Yes, she's your kind of people, right?
She's my kind of people, yes.
So, Ms. Hay, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to talk to me. Again, this is Bella Verita. I know you have 3 minutes and only 3 minutes to determine if we should have another 15 to 30-minute meeting, but I'm immensely grateful for you even taking this 3-minute call.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So, Ms. Hay, I want to skip all the acknowledgments other than to say that you're an inspiration. Your work in the space of spirituality, heart-centeredness, holistic acceleration, life, empowerment of women has been an inspiration for me my entire life. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can I ask you this? Like, you have to hear book pitches all the time, and I'm not here to pitch you. I'm here to share something powerful. But first, I'd love to know, what's the mission at this point? You've done so much extraordinary work in the world, impacted so many people. There has to be like this edge, this energy, like what's fresh for you? And at the same time, what's the legacy that you're looking to create, Miss Hay, beyond what it is already?
Thank you. To empower, change in the world, and, with the publishing company specifically is to, get those books out that traditional publishing houses don't put out. The big traditional publishing houses, aren't necessarily into all of this, spiritual work and understanding, you know, and in caring about like quantum physics and you know, the supernatural and you know, how your body is telling you to heal yourself and all of these things. The big publishing houses just, you know, don't really buy into, you know, this type of work. And so I wanted to be able to give those people their voice and be able to give them a publishing house where they could be able to publish their books and get their work into the world.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that, Miss Hay. And again, it's a full inspiration. I'm hearing that like yearning desire for expansion of alternative thinking. Am I hearing you correctly?
Correct. Yes.
So in the last minute we have, and I know we have 1 minute for you to determine if you're going to have another 15 to 30 minute call with me. And so may I share a bit about myself?
Yes, absolutely.
What I see is a space for disruption within your space of disruption. There's context shifting is a concept which I think you're quite present to, but context shifting means where you take what is this beautiful space that may have created an imagery and a perspective in our society labeled as like woo-woo or like something over there. And I think what you're seeking to do is build a bridge, because the more people that can step into the space of truth, the space of truth you create, but might be misrepresented and misunderstood, I stand for being that bridge. I believe in everything you believe in, and I believe in the variance of energies. The contrast creation between like what is and what isn't, but taking people through very practical, fun energy, aspirational, goddess and Zeus, this like revelation where it's practical in a context, and then stepping into the unbelievable and back and forth and back and forth. And that's what my book does, sharing my life story. I've leaned into all the spaces. I've gone the plant medicine journey route, but I can step in and have
You knew you had.
sales creation route. I've seen the underbelly of Las Vegas, and I've seen the mountaintops of faith healers doing incredible things. So it's the practical, the aspirational told through the perspective of cool, fun, and powerful. So that's my story. That's my mission. And it would be an honor and a privilege, if that resonates with you, to spend 15 to 30 minutes, but I'm getting this done. We should be doing this together. This will happen. Does this resonate for you?
It does. It feels like a warm blanket.
Thank you. Okay, Bella, how'd that feel for you?
Like a warm blanket. I just want to, yes. Yes.
Right. Vanessa, Vanessa, your scenario, how'd I do?
Amazing. Amazing. Like, I was ready to sign you.
I do have red hair and I put on cool glasses at times. So let's drop in with the judges. So Ashley, how are you? Thank you for everything. And what kind of feedback do you have? Let's go with, please, for Vanessa first.
Sure. Vanessa, just to me, is so trustworthy. I think that the way she carries herself, I immediately trust her. And I'm not the type to lean into trusting people super quick, especially, you know, when I think about lawyers. I think we have a persona in mind, very formal, but I think you break the barriers down very quickly, and you really invite someone to share sort of the dirty little secrets with you and let them know it's okay. So I actually think you did a fantastic job. I don't have any really constructive criticism to give you. I give you a 9.5 just because I don't give 10s. Because I think there's always room to do better. But I think you're great, and I would hire you if I was getting divorced. I gotta get married first.
Ashley, there's no Canadian lawyer bias here, is there?
I have no idea, maybe. But maybe that being said, maybe there's certain cultural thing that, like, the way she practices and carries herself, it didn't feel salesy to me at all, which I'm sure everyone else felt the same. But I just felt like she wanted to help.
Vanessa was extraordinary. I'm totally joking. Outstanding. How about for Richard?
Richard, okay, so I still think at the very end, Bella wasn't quite there. You could tell she was still trying to get away from the phone call, and maybe she was just being tough with you. But I know that that's the way I am when I'm on the phone with a lot of people, is I make up excuses. I want to get off the phone. I really need to get hooked. You're obviously doing something very different than what Vanessa's doing, so it's tough you can't really compare them. For me, I thought you did a great job. You carried back and got, yes, we're going to connect by text. I thought that was really a positive move from the last one. I still felt like there was a lot of talking on your side, and I don't like name dropping. I felt like there were too many like one-liner type of
and you're
scripted, little scripted. I'll give you an 8.5 still.
Nice. And Ashley, beautiful job. Thank you so much for being here today. How was your day on The Real Raw?
Really nice to meet everybody. If someone asks me what I did this week, this will be on my mind. So, and I really appreciated your pitch, if that's what you want to call it, Sean. I took a few things away from your little exercise there as well.
Well, thank you very much. And yes, next time I'll put a Bella wig on, but aside from that, thank you. Adam, what do you have, my friend, please, let's start with Vanessa.
Vanessa, I'm keeping your score at a 9 out of 10. Similar to Ashley, I am hard pressed to do perfect scores. I almost believe they don't exist, but maybe one day I'll see one. But really, you clearly know what you're doing. You clearly know, how to deal with clients in difficult situations, which is not always easy for either yourself or the client. Great handoff personally to an associate. Obviously, you're running a firm here. It can't all be you all the time. Way to introduce that and to kind of make that work real quick. Really well done overall.
Thank you.
And what'd you have for a score, Adam?
I kept it a 9 out of 10. Sorry.
Nice. I'm sorry I didn't hear. Okay, great. And for Richard?
Richard, what I really liked in this one is your beginning ask of what keeps you up at night. Having done my own, founding my own firm and everything, there are things that keep me up at night sometimes. And whether it's, did I handle that situation well, or should I be bringing on, additional staff or additional help? Do I have the time to, a million things that can be on the topic. To someone who has their own business, that strikes home. It strikes home immediately. And I think that's a really powerful ask of somebody is really what hurts you about your business? What stresses you out? To me, that drove you up to a 9 out of 10 as well. I thought that was really nice.
Nice. Excellent. And if somebody's like, Adam, I was invited to go on this thing called The Real Raw. I don't even know what it is. Should I go on it? What would you share?
I would. Personally, I thought this was great. Look, anytime you're putting yourself out there, out of your comfort zone of what you normally do, I think it's a worthy try. B, I really like the different ways people approach this. Sean, seeing you jump into the role player and that role was really quite impressive. You almost flipped the script on the interview from the get-go. You got, the person who you're trying to sell to almost to sell themselves to you, which was really tremendous. It was a great kind of mind switch you did there. I don't want to call it a trick because it's genuine, and I can see that it's genuine. But I really appreciated that. And
we do call that the magic trick, but it's really magic is only advanced science. It's always advanced science. So thank you for that, brother. Appreciate it. Great. Joseph, what do you have for Vanessa, please?
And Adam and Ashley took pretty much everything out of my mouth I was going to say for feedback. You said Vanessa first?
Yes. Yeah, please.
Okay. So for Vanessa, the main thing that was that you connected with the questions again. Like I felt that was a 9 out of 10 for me. It was just so genuine and you connected on a deep level and you almost made it seem like you were a friend, and you took it away from a business perspective and connected on a deeper level, which I thought was awesome. But overall, that's a 9 for me as well. So,
excellent. How about
how good you did, Vanessa? We're all nervous and you did terrible, and look how good you actually did.
Yeah.
Representing the platinum brother and sisterhood. Awesome job.
Yeah.
And then for Dr. Richard, the same thing that came to my mind at first was that initial ask. That was awesome. You really, from the get, it was just you're engaging and got Bella to really think, and that was a great start. And I think if you asked maybe 1 or 2 more questions like that, it would have, toward the end, Bella would have been a little more receptive to the next meeting, or just a different way to bridge that might have been, instead of just going towards the scripted, the questions or statements, I guess you would say. But aside from that, I thought that question was awesome. That got me. I was like, man, that's cool. I steal that. But I like that too. That's a 9 too for me. So.
Awesome job, Joseph. Thank you for being here today, for the depth of your feedback.
Thank you.
Entrepreneurial journey. And how was your day here?
It was amazing. I didn't expect this to it be the way it was, and I'm really awesome, really glad that I came on. This is awesome.
And what was the difference between what you're expecting and what happened?
I didn't know where I would be placed, what I'd be doing. It was kind of just like I just showed up and I'm a judge. I'm like, this is awesome. So I didn't matter what I was at. I was a contestant, judge, role player, whatever it was. It would have been awesome. But I like the cohesiveness and how we can actually give each other real feedback. That was the biggest thing. I thought it was going to be more people as well. So I didn't think we'd get as much connected as we did as what I expected, which was really good.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Like, you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. You were amazing. And you did a wonderful job. And how was your day on The Real Raw today?
That's Nessa?
Me? Oh, sorry, I didn't hear my name.
Yeah.
I had no expectations. I didn't know what to expect. So my time today, I'm really glad that I joined, because I have been struggling with stuff and fear-based decisions since COVID started. And that's a fight that I have every day is this fear that's making the decision, or is this what I really believe? So I really do turn back to my teachings and, the flat year and things to get through every day, especially during this pandemic thing and having a business and growing that business. So today, it just gave me more confidence in myself, and to stop going to that fear-based decision-making mind that I was in when I first started. I was in the mind, and that was telling me, no, I can't do it. And then when I relaxed and get out of my mind, you see, I did perform well. So I just have to remember that, I think. So thank you, Sean. It's great.
Yes, you did a beautiful job. Really appreciate you.
I think because one of the, I don't know what the word I'm searching for is, one of the most enjoyable maybe magic tricks, like it literally felt like I was wrapped in a warm blanket. It was absolutely extraordinary and amazing. And there's a formula for that. There's a formula that Sean actually uses and has developed over the years that has won him 2 top 100 national jury verdicts, that supported him in and building his 140-person law firm and being able to hand people $1 million bonus checks. And it is all through a formula which he shares every Monday evening at 7 p.m. on Clubhouse. So if you're curious of like what that magic trick is, what that formula is, how you could use it in going from hello to yes to accelerate your business to have more time, money, and magic, then join us at 7 p.m. on Clubhouse. And every morning at 9 a.m., we do like a ecosystem merging, sales conversation, like Huddle on Unblinded. So if you're looking to like merge ecosystems, grow your business, you want to bring your friends and come to Clubhouse at 9 a.m. And, if you came to the show and you're like, yeah, those people are crazy, I don't want anything to do with that Sean guy. I mean, Bella's pretty cool, but like, I don't know about that Sean guy. And like, you're just like done, don't want anything to do with Unblinded. Then we understand, because sometimes we all don't want to get married, and it's okay. So if that's the case, we'll send you to the Vanessa. We can get a divorce and we can go our separate ways. No harm, no foul. But she said she'll take care of anything. And in all seriousness, we are here to love and support, and just thank you all for being here.
Yeah, no, appreciate you guys immensely. And what this is standing for in the world is that there is a superpower of influence. And that superpower of influence, the micro distinctions at the top of it, are the difference between Tony Robbins, Oprah Winfrey, Bruce Springsteen, and somebody we've never heard of, who had every bit the heart, the hard work, the intelligence, and there's like these micro distinctions. And I've had the privilege, as Bella said, of being involved in top jury verdict cases and making small distinctions with some of the best jury verdict consultants in the world that they missed, that 10x the value of a case. I had the privilege of breaking the sales records on Tony Robbins' stage. They had hoped to do X, and we did $10 million in 10 minutes, from stage. And most importantly, perhaps, it's the difference between raising $0 for Operation Underground Railroad or $1.7 million in 26 minutes. And that also had the privilege of co-creating for Tony's birthday and being the person on the microphone. All of those things and more, our sales, our marketing, our leadership, recruiting, scaling, coaching, all of it is all the superpower of influence, integrity, and what we do with it. So thank you all for being here today. Could not appreciate it more. Everything you did, Vanessa, Richard, Ashley, Adam, Joseph, Bella Verita, you're a rock star, and we were all blind.
And just learning to see.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.